So where it all started from was I was serving a mission for my church, and at the time I had a companion who every morning and every night he would use a cotton swab to clean his ears out. Well, one morning he woke up and he said, "Hey, Elder Schumann, I can't hear out of my right ear." We called the doctor, the local doctor. He looked in his ears and he says, "You must use cotton swabs a lot, don't you?" Because what the cotton swabs do is they actually pack the wax in your ear. That's where the idea spawned from. I thought in my head, there's got to be a better way. Something that can actually grab the wax and remove it. The product that you see now is actually what I had in my head at the time. This all started back in 2001 was when I had the original idea. It's 2016 and it's taken a long time, it's taken a lot of years. Throughout the years, I didn't know where to begin. I didn't know who to call. I'd never made anything like this before. It was frustrating because you didn't know where to go. You have this idea that you want to get going. It takes a lot of support from your wife and your kids.
I'm really proud of them. I can't say I was always the biggest supporter throughout the whole thing. You know, we had 3 kids at the time, you know, new house. I want remodeled, he wants a utility tip.
I ended up buying a car that I thought there was a lot of value in. And I said, if I can turn this for a certain amount of money, I'm gonna invest all of it into the utility tip.
He brought home this, I don't know, it looked like a station wagon to me. And I'm like, it had beehives in it. I'm like, what are you gonna do with this?
It was a 1936 Chevy Standard. It was really a neat car, really pretty dang good shape. And you didn't want to see it go. I'm committed to the U-Tip. This is UtilityTip.com. This is what's gonna happen.
So once I saw that car and I knew what he was going with, I thought, okay, he's gonna be able to do this.
We ended up finding the right buyer. We sold the car for $8,000. It was a great deal. They gave them some equity in the car. And it was great for me because it gave me the goals that I wanted. It gave me that amount that I needed to make this process happen. So I went and I had a prototype made off of a 3D printer. Some friends of mine that helped draw up the engineered drawings, and they sent me some prototypes. We tried a bunch of different types of plastics and softer materials that's durable, that's flexible, that's not gonna be too rigid, and we found it. We wanted the neck of it and the head of it to be flexible so that when it's being used on the skin, it has the flexibility where it's not gonna hurt the individual that's using it. I used it on myself, and that was the point where I was like, it works, this is it. I've been able to involve my kids with this process, taking them down to different vendors and to this manufacturer, or this shipping company or whatever, to kind of open their eyes. What you see here is the molding machine. What this machine does that you've been looking at is you first put the plastic, the raw plastic in this funnel, and if you look closely, there's these little pins on the mold, and those are called ejection pins. And it comes through and it uses a hydraulic press, and it's got a high PSI that it shoots through this hose, and it injects it into the mold. So it's kind of fun to see their eyes light up and to have them experience the entrepreneurial mind, the inventor side of things. They were having a blast, wanting to package these into the boxes, into the envelopes, getting them ready to ship. Once we had the right plastic and the injections, and I had the final product, and I had the packaging, and it looked slick, we had the right look. We had a Christmas party at my in-laws. I thought, you know what, this is the perfect time to try this out.
I'm more of the type that's like, let's not, because then everybody's gonna have an opinion, and then I'm gonna have to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly, and then...
So I grabbed a couple packs of the U-Tips, the utility tips, and I took them and I handed them out, and they said, wow, I've never seen anything like this. I didn't expect them to use it right then.
It was funny because everyone all of a sudden like started doing it right then, which for me was like, what are we doing? And we all digging in our ears and stuff.
One of the family members used it, and it got the most disgusting amount of wax that I'd ever seen.
It was gross. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It was like, yes, it works. And so that was a pretty big success for me. The whole process was fascinating to me.
He did it mostly on his own, and you know, I think he did a great job.
This is it, you know, this is gonna take off. To feel the the success of just to have something that you created, and to even go beyond that, something that works, something that you've handed out to people and people get excited about it. It's a sense of accomplishment that you can't describe. None of my kids are even 15 years old yet. I've had this idea since 2001. And to see it come to fruition now, and to see it essentially born 15 years later, and to see it as a success story is something that's really gratifying, and I'm grateful for. To have these guys enjoy this process, and to have the kids be in the process, and to see their eyes light up, it's incredible.